Lesson 5. How the rabbit got its color. Once there lived a tribal community in the dense forest of Africa. Their chief was an old man. He was kind and gentle. He treated his followers as his own children. He always guided them and showed them the places where they could get plenty of deer, rabbit, and other animals for their food. It was late autumn. The wind has already turned cold, giving an indication of the arrival of winter. A terrible and harsh winter when the whole land was covered with snow and there was no animal to hunt and no food to eat. The chief was sitting under a tree. He was absorbed in deep thought. There had been no rain all through these months. The grass was crisp and brown. The small stream running down the terrain was almost dry. There was no green grass in the pastures. The animals had gone to the mountains many miles away, and the people of the plains had no food to eat. I will go and search for the place where the animals have gone, so that I may tell my hunters and save the lives of my people, muttered the chief to himself. So, carrying his canoe to the river, the chief paddled up the stream for many days and nights. He watched to see if any of the animals came to the river to drink water. But there was not even a mongoose to be seen. Many days passed, and the canoe of the chief moved further and further along the river. One night, the clouds hung low in the sky. The chief looked up. The weather is bad, and there will be snow before morning, thought the chief. He hauled his canoe up the river bank. Then he cut down some branches of trees and made a temporary shelter to pass the night. Soon the weather turned bad and it began to snow. The chief went inside the shelter and slept through the night. When he came out in the morning, the ground was covered with snow. "God is merciful," said the chief. "Now I shall see the footprints of some animals in the snow and can follow them to know about their hideouts." As he walked over the snow, he found the footprints of some deer that had been to the river to drink water. The chief followed the footprints for many miles. At last, he found where the animals lived. The chief marked some trees nearby, so that he might not forget the place once he returns along with his hunters. Then he started to return to the river bank where he had left his canoe. But the snow had made everything white. Even after a long walk, the chief could not find his canoe. "I am lost," cried the chief. "If only there was some way of finding my canoe." Just then, he saw a rabbit peeping out timidly from behind a stump of a tree. "Oh, brother rabbit," called the chief, "how glad I am to see you. I am lost. I cannot find my way to the river bank, where my canoe is waiting for me. Can you help me, dear rabbit?" "Let me lead the way," Brother Rabbit replied. "Keep on watching my dark fur against the snow, and you can easily follow close behind me." So Brother Rabbit hopped along, and the chief, watching the dark fur against the snow, followed close behind. At last, they reached the river bank, and there they found the chief's canoe. The chief was much glad to get back his canoe. He pushed the canoe in the water and stepped in. Before paddling away, the chief said, "You have saved my life, Brother Rabbit. I shall never forget your kindness. Hereafter, your brown fur shall be white when the cold winter comes. Then no one will see your body against the snow, and you will always be safe." As soon as he said so, the rabbit's fur turned pure white. He looked like a ball of snow besides the bushes. Then the chief smiled. "Your enemies will have a long chase after this," he said, "before they will find Brother Rabbit." After paddling his canoe for many days, the chief reached his home once more. He told his people that he had followed the footprints of deer and had found where the animals lived. The hunters went with the chief after the deer, and soon they had plenty of food.